Hey, so I was digging up the lore department of Valorant because I wanted to make a video summarizing the basic story of Valorant and what is going on so far. But my god, there's a lot of tiny details that play into the lore, and there's just a lot of things that are indirectly narrated in the game. I'll link some videos in the description that I had come across in case you are a big lore fan. If you want the summary of the entire story, I'll make a simple 2-3 minute summary video, but that's besides the point. I came across this article by Bandwagon and they interviewed the creative director of Valorant who is responsible for the story aspect. There is a reason Valorant's lore is not outright told to us, and there is a reason why it will stay this way for the game's future. Let me show you why. The first reason why the lore aspect is still not outrightly spoken is because it is still under development. Valorant's story aspect was very late in the development. They focused on game design, game balance, characters, and the maps more than the lore, which makes sense, right? Most players want a good game, not a good story with a bad game. The game and the map comes first, the story comes along with it later. That's the principle that Valorant has adopted. Secondly, they are taking the mystery box approach of storytelling. I'm not a film school student, so I'll try my best to explain what it means. It was debuted by J.J. Abrams in a TED Talk, who took this approach on his very successful project, Lost. In his words, he explains a good mystery story like this. You drop people into the middle of a mystery in progress that leaves them wanting to know answers in both directions. In the case of Lost, those mysteries were compelling questions like, who are all these people? Where are they? Why are they there? When are they there? How did their plane crash? How will they survive? What unseen force is behind all of this? Who can we trust? In the Abrams formula for storytelling, more mysteries equal to better stories because every new answer creates more new questions. This means that the audience will keep coming back to scratch their intellectual itch and spread the word about the mysteries in the process. And that is exactly what Valorant has been doing so far, revealing very small bits and pieces of information for theory crafting by the community that leads to people wanting more answers, and the cycle just repeats. David Nottingham even said this mystery box approach we've taken to storytelling means that it's not always clear what that story is or where we are even going. And that leads to a lot of theory crafting, and players are really creative about figuring stuff out. Another quote by him that suggests that the lore will be implemented in game mechanics like the ones that we see in Fracture. As we go into our second year, we are really looking to start to deliver more in terms of storytelling. We are using different mechanisms in the game, different ways that we can just create little nuggets of information. Finally, an ultimate quote. I'll start with something that we are not going to do, which is we are not going to change our approach. You won't see us suddenly producing short stories and comics and like building a big universe page or doing that type of stuff because we still really like playing around in this mystery box storytelling and just give people bits and pieces threaded throughout the whole ecosystem of the game. What we will be doing is kind of really doubling down on that mystery box approach. I want players to start to learn more about Kingdom and who they are. Kingdom is just a symbol in our game right now, when actually they are a key instrumental force that has propelled our universe forward. There are lots of theories that I've seen amongst players who think they are big, bad, evil company that's behind everything, but things are not quite simple in this world. People will start to see that as we start to reveal a bit more. Okay, so when they mentioned before episode 3 that they had a ton of lore stuffs planned, I thought we would get some cinematic set pieces and maybe comics, books, audiobooks and stuff, something that most games do today. But that doesn't seem to be the case. And at least people who are watching this video can clarify their expectations a bit depending on what style of storytelling they like. Valorant's story will be revealed through the game itself and not in some comics or movies or any form of classic storytelling platforms. Valorant is heading on a different direction of storytelling, which is good because it's unique in the gaming industry. At the end, I'm surprised that no one had picked up on this issue. And yeah, like mystery box approach is really good, but most gamers are casuals who won't put much effort to try and dig the story. While film viewers who watch a film on the basis of learning the story specifically, who are indulged in the story, they will put a lot of effort to try and dig the story. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this mystery box approach and revealing small story aspects to the map, the game interactive elements, the agents' voice lines is the best approach for a game. But at least now I know that the lore component will not be as massive as what I thought it would be. I'm not saying it's bad because it keeps the lore fans hyped. It's a really good tactic. I like digging the map, I like looking at fan theories, but imagine you are a lazy gamer, right? You play casually and have fun, but you still want to know that story. You have the curiosity thirst you want to satisfy. So you Google up and realize that there's just an ocean of theories. Any of them can be wrong, any of them can be right, and there's a lot of it to see. And most of the story is in someone else's narration. It's not in Valorant's narration. Would you really care about the game's lore anymore? Let me know what you think about it. Is Valorant's approach good? I think it's good, but it's not what I had in mind, so my expectations are readjusted based on the previous statements that they had given. It's been me, and I hope this was an interesting video. I'll see you next time.